I think it's safe to say that in Overwatch, a great Widow player is always fun to watch, lining up headshot after headshot, kill after kill. A skilled enough Widow player can carry even during the most unwinnable of teamfights. Recently, we just looked at arguably the most exciting player in the league, but now we're going to dissect who many consider to be one of the most fearsome players in pro Overwatch, Carpe. Known for his calm, methodical style of playing, huge carry playmaking, MVP status, and the occasional teabag. It's no surprise so many players can't help but respect him. But today on Profiles, we will seize the day and look at the player behind the phrase. Born on October 14, 1998, Jae-Hyuk Lee grew up in Daejeon, South Korea as the eldest son of the Lee family. Even at a young age, Carpe always enjoyed playing video games, particularly he enjoyed first-person shooter games. Although his enjoyment of video games caused his parents to argue with him regarding how often he was playing. However, he would eventually win this argument as he decided he wanted to pursue playing professionally, an endeavor his parents would not fully understand, but they supported him nonetheless. But it only became apparent to him that he had the skill to play professionally during high school, a time in which he played League of Legends. He played it at a high level with a friend who was later picked up by a team for professional play. This moment served as a revelation for Carpe, who had the realization that he too had the skill to play at a pro level. But League of Legends was not the game he would pursue to play professionally. That would be Overwatch, as it was a better fit for him since he always enjoyed playing first-person shooter games. Like many would-be pros, he greatly anticipated Overwatch upon seeing its debut trailer, and immediately proceeded to play it upon its release. And it wouldn't be long until his dedication and apparent skill were recognized, as he became one step closer to his goal when he joined the team BK Stars in 2016. With his debut in Overwatch fast approaching, he had to decide on a name. He ended up splitting the adage, Carpe Diem, between himself and a close friend. The pair are now known as Carpe and Diem respectively. The two have since remained close friends, and how he ended up becoming Carpe is a Carpe and Diem respectively than saying he chose his handle based on his favorite fish. Carpe would play with BK Stars throughout OGN Apex Season 2 and 3, but unfortunately BK Stars struggled during their run at both. The team did not earn major accolades and was often drifting around the bottom of the Apex rankings. Despite some of their available talent, BK Stars was considered a weaker team when compared to the competition of, say, the likes of MVS or Lunatic High. Following the end of Apex Season 3, BK Stars would disband on June 2nd, 2017, effectively making all of their players free agents. However, shortly after on June 14th, 2017, Carpe would fly across the world to play for Selfless Gaming's Overwatch team. His decision to join an American team was not an easy one, and was a choice he struggled with, but he felt that he never had the chance to showcase his skills in Overwatch while he played in Korea. He joined Selfless on a trial basis, filling in for Defran as DPS, who had just left the team. During his time in North America, Carpe went to work straight away, as he quickly claimed the #1 spot in the competitive rankings on the NA server. He then earned a reputation as one of the best tracers in the world. But not long after his arrival, Selfless would compete in Overwatch Contenders 2017 Season 0 North America, where Carpe had his chance to shine. However, the team struggled in their matches and could not get past the group stages. Yet despite this outcome, Carpe did have a solid set of performances, which further fed into his infamy as one of the best DPS talents in North America. However, following Contenders Season 0, it was announced that Selfless Gaming's owners and upper management would be leaving the organization to pursue other opportunities. Selfless Gaming closed its doors on July 7th, 2017, and as a result, most of their roster for various esport titles were transferred to other orgs, with the sole exception of their Overwatch team. During this time in the scene, other esport organizations had also released their respective Overwatch rosters, effectively flooding the market with a surplus of free agents. Since this was the case, Selfless was unable to trade their players to other teams, which left Carpe as a free agent and teamless. All the while, the Overwatch League was fast approaching. However, outstanding talent like Carpe would not be on the market for long, as he'd be picked up by FaZe Clan for the following season of Contenders. He joined their roster on August 15, 2017, playing alongside his future Philadelphia Fusion teammates Shadowburn and Joe Meister. FaZe Clan would go on to finish second in Contenders North America Season 1, and with his incredible performances, Carpe would be flooded by offers to join various Overwatch League teams. Carpe ultimately decided to join the Philadelphia Fusion upon learning that his teammates Joe Meister and Shadowburn would be playing for them. The Fusion had a diverse and skilled roster of talent from all over the world, but they would miss the Overwatch League preseason, which, while may not have necessarily had a direct influence, but likely had an impact on their middling first stage performance. And the fact that they featured players from 9 different countries likely had an impact on team communication and synergy. Despite Carpe carrying fights and understanding English callouts, the team was suffering as they lacked a true in-game leader. But Stage 2 would be the Fusion's turning point, with the addition of EQO, who filled the leadership role. Together with Carpe, the pair would become one of the most fearsome DPS duos in the entire league. Carpe continued to impress throughout the remaining 2 stages, even though his team's record was not as impressive as their Stage 2 results. He was even able to earn a place on South Korea's 2018 World Cup roster, which was a personal goal of his. Ultimately, the Fusion qualified for the Season 1 playoffs against the Boston Uprising, a dominant team in Stage 3, but looked to be struggling with the introduction of the Brigitte meta in Stage 4. The Fusion would go on to quell the Uprising, progressing to the semi-finals, where they were set to play against NYXL, who at the time were anticipated to be the strongest Overwatch League team, only for the Fusion to crush all expectations as they dominated New York throughout the entirety of the semi-finals.
Philadelphia Fusion, they need to win this fight. New York needs it even more, but there goes Mech, and there goes Jonak. He swapped onto the 76, and Philadelphia Fusion, have they done it? Have they set themselves to the Overwatch League Grand Finals? I think they may have.
They have. Doa Ark's the only one left there on the point. That is it.
Philadelphia Fusion is going to the Grand Finals.
Carpe was in top form, beating some of the best DPS talent in the world in Widow duels. The Fusion's underdog run throughout the Overwatch League inaugural season all the way through to the Grand Finals had been thrilling, but would sadly end anticlimactically, with the London Spitfire emerging as the first league champions. His team may not have won the Grand Finals, but Carpe earned several MVP accommodations throughout Season 1, and was ultimately recognized for his incredible talents. Leaving the first season of Overwatch League, he is considered to be one of, if not the best DPS player in the world. So the question stands, what separates Carpe from the rest? For his setup, Carpe plays with a DPI of 900 and an in-game sensitivity of 3.12 for an overall EDPI of 2,808. Yet despite such a low sensitivity, Carpe can still quickly and accurately track or adjust to targets as if he were playing with a much higher EDPI. This insane level of accuracy enables him to take advantage of the tiniest slip-ups of any enemy who falls into his line of sight. But something Carpe has over most pro-level DPS players is consistency. Throughout the entire first Overwatch League season, despite where his team stood in the rankings, Carpe's personal stats have remained incredible. By the end of Stage 4, his McCree and Sombra were ranked the highest in the league, and his Widow second. This is important, as in addition to his great stats is his DPS hero pool. As seen with other teams, having a projectile specialist is great, and so is having a hit scan master, but having a player who can do both is even more valuable. Carpe's most notable heroes include Tracer, McCree, Widow, Genji, Sombra, on top of being able to play the rest of the DPS hero pool at the highest level. In fact, it's not much of an exaggeration to say that he is proficient with most heroes in the game. This level of flexibility enables his team to try out all sorts of different team compositions to counter whatever they're playing against, which, as we've seen with the season playoffs, was invaluable. At the end of the day, Carpe is just better at killing enemies than they are at killing him, and because of that, he is a major asset to any team that would have him. For the meantime, we'll have to wait and see how far he and Team South Korea will go in the World Cup, seeing as most have already predicted that they are going to win later this year at BlizzCon. But the question remains if he will stay with the Fusion for the following Overwatch League season. It's likely that he has once again received plenty of offers. And now, with both Shadowburn and Joe Meister no longer on the Fusion roster, Carpe's initial reason for joining Philly is gone. Regardless of what he decides, we await with bated breath as to what his next teamfight carry will be, or which team he will bolster with his presence.